in action. Safety on these is in the platform. The safety on these is in the platform, not in the handlebars, like the Vantage and the grandstands. More to come. Finished up. Just a quick little walk around. Excuse me, quick little walk around. As you can see, there's still some leaf particulates along the lawn, but still, all things considered, really good. Really good quality of cut for not having a mulch kit. Just your stock side discharge baffles. It did a really good job on this one. Take a look at the back here, show you all how it turned out. Just a side note, this is actually my late grandmother's property. So it's a perfect place to test things out like this. You're not quite worried about, you don't quite know how the quality is going to be or how exactly it's going to work, or you don't know if you're going to maybe make ruts or damage the turf or something along those lines. But something like this is perfect to try out on. I've got my my 2 trailers over here that I rarely use. Probably need to sell one of them, but that's a conversation for another video. Here it is. It did really good back here. Really impressed with the cut quality. I think with a mulch kit, it would be just about as close to perfect as you can get. You can see there's some debris left over here, but still, it did really good. Really impressed with the cut quality. Find the right spot to put this thing. All right. All right, so day one of our demo is complete. I just cleaned it off and everything. I got into it with some good leaf jobs there a little while ago, so it was pretty dirty with a lot of leaf dust, but it's looking nice and clean now. We did 4 properties with it today, all in the same neighborhood, and only put 1 hour on it. What do you know? Not terribly large yards. The biggest one I did was that last one in the backyard. We didn't even do didn't really clean up all the leaves per se the proper way. The reason being that particular yard is a rental property, and so we work for the tenants, and the tenants don't always want to pay, how do I say this? They don't want to pay a ton of money to have their lawn and their leaves picked up exactly like we would rake and bag and all that. So we just kind of do our best and blow everything as best we can and get it chopped up, mulched up, and that's about it. Anyway, back to the review. So I'm pretty impressed with the mower. It did really well. The biggest takeaways from it I have as far as positives, the cut quality is great. It is as good or probably better. To be honest, it's probably better than the Vantage here. Even though the Vantage has a full mulch kit on it. As you can see, this one does not have a mulch kit. It's just a side discharge the way they get it from the factory. But even so, the cut quality is great. They both have Series 4 decks, so I mean, it could be something to do with the blades on the factory machine. I don't know, but it cuts better than the Vantage in my opinion. I also like this platform, the way it feels. It is there's a lot more suspension in it. It's a lot stiffer, which initially I think, well, I don't know about this as far as it being super stiff on me. But from using it, it seems like it takes bounces a little bit better, so I don't feel as much of the vibration if I'm going over terrain. That's a positive. That's a very big thing. I don't like all that bouncing up and down and whatnot. That's not good. Not good for your lower body, especially when you've had a surgery like I have. So the let's see, what else was I gonna like about it? Oh. The fuel tank is on the left side, which corresponding with the Chevy here, it's my fuel tank, my fuel fill-up for the Chevy is also on the left side. This is great. I can just pull right up, get the nozzle out to what I'm used to. The Vantage, unfortunately, is on the right side, which, not a terrible gripe, but it makes it slightly awkward to pull up to the gas station and fill this up when you're thinking, oh, I'm on like you pull up to the side you're used to fill up the truck and you think, oh no, I'm on the wrong side for the mower. So that's, I also like the gauge here. It's very clear, very easy to tell. It could be also because it's new. The Vantage has the same style gauge, but it's worn out pretty well, so it's kind of hard to see. But anyway, that's another positive. The let's see, one negative I did find about it initially when it was dropped off to me was I was expecting this Vertex and the newer Exmark stand-ons very similar to how the old Staris was a couple of years ago. I was expecting the deck to be separated from the engine when you raise and lower, similar to how the newer 2018 and up Toro grandstands are designed. However, this is not the case on the Vertex. The engine goes up and down the same with the engine moves the same as the deck when you raise and lower. Give me just a second. I will demonstrate. Maybe might not be able to tell. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. The latch and pin system is really easy, though. It's a lot easier than the Vantage, in my opinion. Not sure if you could tell right then and there, but the engine definitely moves up and down. The engine definitely moves up and down when you raise and lower the deck. And I know the explanation because it's for hill stability and whatnot. I mean, for me personally, it's kind of just a me personal thing. Hill stability is not a big concern. I don't do a ton of yards that have a lot of slopes and hilly terrain. I do one or two maybe, but most of my yards are flat, normal sized yards, kind of like these. And I mean, it's not a huge deal for me, that the ability to be able to hug a slope a little bit better. That being said, these springs are a good deal adjustable. These are the helper springs that assist the deck lift. So when it was delivered to me, they were in the stock position, and the deck was extremely heavy for me personally to lift up and get into position the way I like it. It was the same on the Vantage when I first bought my Vantage, even though it's used. The gentleman I bought it from, I guess, just had the springs at stock position, so there is adjustment in there to adjust them so that the deck is easier to lift, and I was able to do that. And once I did that, the deck adjustment, it made it a lot easier to raise and lower the deck. So that was a huge win for me there in that regard, because weight and not exerting myself all the time to do that is going to be a big thing for me moving forward. Let's see if I can remember anything else I thought about offhand from it. It is very compact. It's maybe even more compact than the Vantage, in all honesty. Even though the platform doesn't fold up, this platform is fixed. Even that being said, it is very compact, and I thought I would have maybe an issue riding up the back of the ramp there, but the way it's designed, when you're standing behind it, as I would on the Vantage, I still have plenty of room to reach the handles and walk behind it going up and down, because I did ride it the first time going up the ramp, but it's really not, in my opinion, not made to be done that way, and it feels it's kind of a weird feeling being leaned back while you're riding up. So, but walking behind it, very easy, not a problem there. I did find it kind of awkward I'm not used to being able to not see around me on every side, so when I was going up to put it into the truck, I had to kind of lean a little farther to see where the sides of the deck were, to make sure I didn't scrape. Like you can see like in my truck, the wheel wells are all scraped up, beat up from mostly from the radius back here, the zero turn, but I've hit it a few times with the Vantage as well, and I did not want to do that with a demo machine, obviously, and as you can tell, I was very careful to not scrape up the deck and tear anything up. So another thing I thought of that I wasn't terribly thrilled with initially was this switch here. I was going to start the mower, I was used to standing kind of above it, and if you look, it's kind of weird here, and I don't know, it's just from being what I'm used to, having it being completely open, it feels kind of strange to me having it right here. Standing behind it and starting it, though, is a little bit easier. It's not quite as bad. This obviously has the two levers, the front and back lever, instead of the handlebars that come down like the Vantage and the Grandstand. They have the individual levers here. And honestly, I prefer this style. This is kind of what I'm used to, so this is the style I prefer, as it's also, closely related to the two handles on the zero turn. I don't know exactly, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me why the right guys and the other standard people because I'm told this style is preferred. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, to be honest, but it could be in time, I would grow to be a fan of it. Just at this point in time, not terribly sold on that aspect of it. But it's not a deal breaker. It's definitely not something I would throw my hands up and say, oh, I can't buy this machine now. But it's definitely not my preferred choice. Would I buy this mower, or should you buy this mower? I think this would be a great machine for somebody. It's got a lot of power. It cuts really well. The negatives I've mentioned, one of them, I mean, is kind of unique to me, to my situation. It's not applicable to everybody. And I think 99% of people in the business probably are probably not concerned with that little aspect. You could build a landscaping business and a lawn care business around this mower. You absolutely could. It is a very solid machine. I'm not 100% in love with it necessarily, but so far I've been very impressed, and I'm looking forward to having it again tomorrow. I'm going to be using it tomorrow morning and getting it back over to the service dealer before lunchtime. So that's going to be the plan. Anyway, I'll give you another update tomorrow when I'm done with it, and let you know if there's any other updates I have on it and anything else I can think of. Anyway, until next time, thank you.